This is Vincent Price with a welcome to Stars Over Hollywood, presented by Armour and Company.
Welcome to Hollywood, home and workshop of the world's most glamorous people. Today, Armour and Company and its thousands of dealers all over the country present a transcribed dramatic radio play titled Continental Cowboy, and starring Vincent Price. The best and nothing but the best is labeled Armour Star.
Armour Star?
Yes, Armour Star. And while we're on the subject of stars, here's Vincent Price.
Hello, Frank.
Hello, Vincent. See, I just heard that you have a great deal in common with our director, Hans Conried. Quite a competition between you two boys.
Oh, I wouldn't really call it competition, Frank. After all, I'm an actor.
You've been listening to your agent again, Vincent.
Oh, hello, Hans. I didn't notice you in the booth, hiding behind the engineer.
I was not hiding. You'd better mind your manners, Sirrah. I'm the director here.
Yes, indeed. You know, Frank, just between you and me, I think Hans is being very sensible. He's the only actor I know with sense enough to get himself some honest work while he's still ahead.
Are you inferring that I can no longer be employed as an actor?
Any inferences are strictly your own, old boy. I'm sure I speak the language clearly and correctly.
Oh, come now, you don't believe that diction award from that phony dramatic school.
I say what I mean, and I mean what I say.
Don't confuse the issue.
Why don't you two fellows save your feud for pantomime quiz? Besides, Vincent, I understand you too have the distinction of operating in more than one medium. I know you just finished the RKO picture, His Kind of Woman.
That's right. At the same time, I was doing pantomime quiz on television.
And, of course, you are the Saint in the radio show of the same name.
And at the same time, I was in the legitimate play, The Winslow Boy.
And weren't you touring the universities, lecturing on the history of art?
What do you do in your spare time? Peddle hashish?
No, Hans. You should know better than that. I do finger painting.
Well, we're just about ready to begin today's story, but before we do, I'd like to tell you a little bit about another story, the Armour story. When you think of a thick, juicy Armour steak, you naturally think of meat that's delicious as well as nourishing. But that's only a part of the Armour story, a story that can be told only in America. For the steak you buy at your market today enables Armour and Company to serve you and the nation in more than 2,000 different ways through the miracle of modern meat packing. Because by processing every part of every animal, from horns and hoofs to hides and hair, Armour provides the ingredients for soap and sutures, for sandpaper and the soles of your shoes. This elimination of waste helps Armour keep prices down to a minimum, helps provide Americans with the high standard of living we enjoy. The record shows, too, that animals and poultry serve you by transforming our superabundant grain crops into such healthful foods as meat, milk, butter, eggs, and cheese, the most enjoyable eating on earth. This results in building strong bones and firm muscles to supply energy and boost morale as no other food's known. So while this helps explain the Armour story, you've probably recognized that it also helps explain the story of America. And now, Act One of Continental Cowboy, starring Vincent Price in the role of Sagebrush Sam. Curtain going up.
Yes, folks, there's a tremendous crowd here jamming Hollywood Boulevard, and a great occasion it is. The world premiere of Sagebrush Sam's newest picture, Sand in My Saddlebag. In just a few minutes now. Wait. Yes, it is. It's Sagebrush Sam and his horse Gunpowder.
No, I can't stand it. These screaming mobs. Giddy up!
What happened? He's galloping away down Hollywood Boulevard. There he goes. Right through a red light. He's taking a left on La Brea. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a surprising turn of events.
Hello? Oh, hello, H.B. Oh, but it wasn't a publicity gag. I galloped off because I'm at the end of my lariat. My contract with you is up as of January 1st, so I'm turning in my 6 shooters, my blank cartridges, and that crummy nag. Every place I go, screaming, kids yelling, dames. For 5 years, I haven't had 2 minutes to be myself. I'm going to greet the new year as just plain Sam Durant. I'm going away, H.B. I don't know where. Any place where Sagebrush Sam can slip quietly out with the old year. Goodbye, H.B. World tours? I want a one-way ticket to Paris. Yes, that's right. Paris, France.
Ah, bonjour, monsieur. You wish accommodations?
Yes.
Oh, it is difficult. Paris is always gay and crowded, especially so close to New Year's. But I have just the thing for you. A room empty.
Empty. That's fine. I'll take it.
If you will sign the register, your name, Monsieur Sam Durand, and here the address. Hollywood. You are from Hollywood, monsieur. Oh, that is a place I would like to see. How you must live.
Yes, we must. Look, is there some place I could get a good cup of coffee? It's been a long trip.
Oh, oui, monsieur. Come with me. The cafe is right in here.
Oh, thank you.
You will like Charles the waiter. Very friendly. Charles! Charles, this is Monsieur Durand. Monsieur is from Hollywood. Charles will take care of you, monsieur.
Hollywood? Oh, would you like a glass of Michelin?
Yeah, it's a good idea, Charles.
You know, this Hollywood of yours, monsieur, it is through your cinema pictures that ones like myself know what America is like.
Oh, what's it like?
Well, it is like a desert, only with hills and trees and grass. And the people, some are cowboys, some are Indians. Myself, I go to all the Hollywood Indian and cowboy pictures. Come to think of it, you remind me...
Charles, don't look at me that way.
Monsieur, it is you. I look at you, and in my head I add on a 10-liter hat, a mustache, a horse. Ah, Sagebrush Sam himself, in Paris for the holidays. Oh, bonne année.
Oh, look, forget it, please.
Oh, to think, sitting here personally, Sagebrush Sam, who is greater than Billy the Child, and the brothers James, all pushed into one.
Charles, look at it this way. I had to hit the trail. The rustlers are after me, and if the information gets out...
Messieurs et mesdames! Regardez, le monsieur Sagebrush Sam, regardez!
Oh, no, not in Paris, too. Look, ladies and gentlemen, Charles has made the big faux pas. I am not Sagebrush Sam. Get me a taxi.
Oui, Monsieur Sagebrush. Oh, I know you would rather have a Pinto Mustang, but again in Paris we have no such.
Charles, get me a cab.
Where to, monsieur?
I don't know yet. Just start driving.
Mais oui, monsieur. If you have no place in your head, monsieur, you might like to visit the Palais de Hollywood. Just like in Hollywood, America.
Look, I want a place just not like in Hollywood, America.
Oh.
Hey, tell me, Cabby, did you ever get so sick and tired of being gawked at, chased by little children and breakfast cereals, riding horses all day?
Did I ever get tired of that?
Yeah.
No.
Well, you would.
Oh, speaking of riding horses reminds me, my taxi, I have named him Gunpowder.
Oh, no, not gunpowder.
Oui, monsieur. After the horse, which is driven by the American cowboy, Sagebrush Sam.
That should make the horse very happy. Now take me someplace where I can get a sandwich, and let's giddy-ap about it.
Very well, monsieur. Hey-ho, Gunpowder! Monsieur must have been lonely to invite me to have the luncheon with him.
Yeah.
We have been sitting here watching Paris pass by until the whole afternoon has passed with it.
So it has. Almost 6 o'clock. Say, Cabby, tell me, the very beautiful young lady at the table to my left, who is she?
Who is she?
Well, let me put it this way. Who is she?
Monsieur, That is Lisette.
And who is Lisette?
The lady you just asked about.
Well, I mean the way you said her name, as if she were a famous race car driver or something.
Oh, no. Lisette, she's a star of the French cinema.
Oh?
She's not, how do you say it, pick-me-up.
There's something about her.
Oh, even blind, you would know that.
The little boy is sitting with her. Her son?
Oh, no, monsieur. It is one of our little guests from the Chez Enfants. Monsieur, she's walking toward you.
Yeah.
Oh, and they say that Frenchmen are the world's greatest lovers.
They do?
Well, I must thank you for the luncheon, monsieur. And now, if you will excuse me, I do not wish to be, how you say, the number 3 in the crowd. Bonsoir, monsieur.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, mademoiselle Lisette.
Bonsoir, monsieur. Hello.
Hello. You're Lisette. Cabby told me.
And you are Sagebrush Sam. Nobody told me.
Oh, please, Sam Durant. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. Will you sit with me?
No, I came to ask you to join us.
Well, I don't know why not. Let's go. Little boy, Cabby said he was a friend.
Yes, a very good little friend. He is the reason I was so bold to speak to you.
I was afraid it would be something like that. I am very popular with women who have small children. Small, mean children.
Jacques is not mean. Look, I think he recognizes you already. Jacques? Do you know who this is?
Oh, oui, it is Monsieur Sagebrush Sam. I must be having a dream.
Well, thank you, Jacques. However you meant it.
Please, sit down.
Oh, thanks.
I will come right to the point. You see, Jacques lives at the Chez Enfants, a home for orphans. The day after tomorrow, New Year's Day, we have arranged a big entertainment for the children. Will you come, monsieur? It would mean so much.
No rest for the wicked or Sagebrush Sam, huh? I'll make you a deal. You be my date New Year's Eve, and I'll go to the orphanage New Year's Day.
All right. You have a deal.
Oh, that's swell. We can go someplace and dance.
Yes, we can have the orchestra play Home on the Range.
Hey, you haven't stepped on my toes once. You must have danced with Americans before. You know, I've seen you before, and I never go to French movies. I'm too young.
There are many faces like mine. It is not likely that you have seen me.
But I see you now.
Merci.
All right, let's get back to our table. It's almost 12 o'clock, and our New Year's drink is waiting.
All right. I enjoy the dance.
Me too.
Oh, Sam, it looks like we are going to have company. Huh? A friend of mine, he will want to meet you. He's American, or English, I think. Ralph Jordan, a Hollywood columnist.
It's just what I need, publicity.
Oh, Lisette, how are you? Anything scandalous going on this New Year's Eve, I hope?
No. Monsieur Jordan, Monsieur Durant.
Durant, as I live and breathe. April in Paris, sagebrush in blossom. Can I sit down? Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Jordan.
Oh, come now. Shouldn't it be howdy, partner, or some equally absurd salutation? Or maybe even bonsoir? French in a cowboy drawl. How droll.
If you'll excuse us, Mr. Jordan, we have an appointment at Napoleon's tomb.
Oh, he'll wait. Besides, you haven't finished your drink. This is champagne, isn't it?
Monsieur, you're being very rude. I thought you would be pleased to meet Monsieur Durant.
Oh, but doll, I am. What other columnist has ever seen Sagebrush Sam, the model cowboy, drinking champagne? And Sam, is that? No, it can't be. Yes, it is. You're smoking a cigarette.
Jordan, don't you consider anyone's reputation?
Oh, certainly my own. A story's a story. Poor Sagebrush Sam, celebrating New Year's without his big hat and fancy vest, virtually naked, except for his drink and cigarette.
Look, I don't care if you hurt me or my reputation, but Sagebrush Sam is more than me. I came here so he'd be forgotten, sure, but I want him forgotten the right way.
Sam, let's get out of here.
In a minute. Jordan, how much will you take to kill that story?
You mean money?
Anything you want.
But, Sam, a scoop like this means prestige. The more prestige, the more money. Oh. Now I'll have to tell my loyal readers you try to bribe me out of this.
Jordan, if you send that story...
I know. You'll throw 6 fast rounds of snarling lead through my heart. Then you'll get out your guitar, and you will sing 2 choruses of Blue Tail Flower.
Over your dead body.
Sam, in a way, I'm glad this is happening.
Not anything to make you glad.
I mean, the way you talked before, the silly kids, the half-wit cowboy. I didn't think you really meant it.
Well, I did.
Mr. Jordan, please, for me, There's nothing wrong with having one drink for New Year's. But you can make it look wrong with your cheap tricks. And it will be a dream that suffers.
Oh, Lisette, don't be naive. Finding clay feet's my specialty.
I think you're going to have to find a clay nose.
No. This isn't the wild and woolly West. This is the wild and woolly Rue de la Paix. Don't think like Sagebrush Sam. So another cowboy bites the dust.
Are you out?
C'est terrible.
Sam, you missed! You got the head waiter!
Not this time.
Monsieur, silence! It is 12 o'clock. Your fight noise will drown out the New Year noises. Please, quiet, please.
The curtain falls on Act 1 of Continental Cowboy. Before we return to today's story, here are a few more facts that make up the exciting armor story. For example, consider armor's role in the economy of our nation. Last year, armor paid out for material and services and as salary and wages to the thousands of armor employees a total of almost $2 billion. This tremendous sum of money flows back into the 281 communities where armor has plants and branches, and into hundreds of other communities as well. It becomes homes and automobiles, refrigerators and clothes, savings accounts, college educations, all the 1,000,001 things which make Americans rich beyond all other human beings. Then, too, Americans are the cleanest people on earth. How does armor enter into the picture? Armor produces 8 million pounds of fats and oils every month. From this supply, Armor makes Dial, the first active, really effective deodorant, bath, and toilet soap. Dial prevents perspiration odor. And Chiffon, the all-pure soap flakes for fine fabrics and dishes. And the world's most complete line of some 70 bulk soaps and detergents, which Armor produces for commercial laundries, hotels, hospitals, and other institutions. The Armor story also covers dairy products, laboratory products, and many, many others. But it really wouldn't be complete until you understand what the star in the Armor signature represents. That's your guarantee of the finest quality foods on the market. For only the choicest Armor hams and bacon, the very top grades of beef, are labeled Armor's Star. Look for the star, too, on the more than 25 Armor canned meat products, for it's your guarantee that all are prepared with only the finest cuts, the top quality meat. So the next time you're out shopping, remember, the best and nothing but the best is labeled Armor Star.
Armor Star.
Yes, Armor Star. We return now to the second act of Continental Cowboy, starring Vincent Price as Sagebrush Sam. During a New Year's Eve date with Lisette, a French movie actress, Sagebrush Sam was recognized by columnist Ralph Jordan, who threatened to write a feature on the cowboy star complete with champagne and cigarette. Sam's resentment started a nightclub brawl at the stroke of midnight, and on New Year's morning we find both Sam and Ralph in jail. Lisette arrives.
Sam, are you all right?
All right, certainly I'm all right. Who wouldn't be after spending New Year's Eve in a French jail? Back to the Bastille, starring Sagebrush Sam.
Soon they'll cart you to the guillotine, I hope.
And they had to put Writing Boy in the same cell with me, too.
Pay no attention to him, Sam. Soon they will let you out of here. I'm fixing it. I have many big friends in Paris. They are right now pulling strings to get you out. Him they will keep tied up with red tape as long as possible.
Oh, I don't mind. I can sit here and think of the story I'm going to write. Sagebrush Sam thrown in dungeon after brawl in French cabaret.
Do not worry. This will not get into the Paris papers.
I'll know.
Just ignore him, Sam.
You should have thought of that last night. Look, just go away, please. And tell the kids I was unexpectedly shot in the back.
Oh, Sam, you can't let them down. Little Jacques has told them you are coming, and they are excited as New Year's.
And I left Hollywood to get away from it all.
Oh, monsieur. And to think the other night you rode in my taxi, And I did not recognize you.
I forgive you.
Sam, have you decided what you will say to the children?
I'm not quite sure what to say. After all, they're French kids.
Oh, Sam, they're kids. It does not matter where they come from. They're little children with their dreams and their heroes.
Yeah, go ahead, rub it in. So the kids don't read the papers, but it still gets around. You know how little it takes to break a kid's pretty bubble. They can't understand.
It will be all right, Sam. Somehow it will be all right.
I don't see how, Lisette. That last day in Hollywood, I didn't consider Sagebrush Sam, just Sam Durant. I never knew until now how much that cowboy means to me. I feel lost without him.
We're almost there. The children are waiting for Sagebrush. When you walk in, he will be there.
Just like a kid. Thanks.
Just like a kid. I meant it.
Are you sure the kids will understand me in English?
Oh, yes. They study English in the early grades. Besides, just looking at you will be enough.
Voilà, monsieur. We are here. Chez enfants. You wish me to come back for you later when it is over?
Yes, we will call your stand at the hotel when we are ready.
Thank you, monsieur.
Let's go around the back way so you will not be mobbed.
I still don't know. Why do you do all of this for these kids? Why this interest in this orphanage, huh?
I lived here for many years.
You grew up here?
Oh, no, not all the way. I was adopted and taken to America. I wanted to become an actress. And 5 years ago, I got a bit in Hollywood. But I could get no place, so I came back to France.
Why don't you go back and try again? I'll talk to HB. I know a lot of producers.
Oh, don't worry for me. I will get back to America someday. Here's the back door to the stage. It's really not a stage, just a room where the children can gather.
Mademoiselle Lisette, Monsieur Sagebrush, I have been waiting for you.
Oh, Jacques, you look fine. Isn't that a new suit?
Almost new, Mademoiselle. Yesterday, a lady brought a great box of clothes that had become too small for her sons.
Well, it looks great.
Sam, soon it will be turning dark. When it is your turn to appear, I have an idea. In a little while, we will bring the children out in the yard where you will have a campfire going.
Oh, yes, Monsieur Sagebrush. My friends would like that.
Okay, Jacques, we'll do it. All right, Smarty, you better find me some kerosene and matches.
Oh, Mademoiselle, you have not told him of the magnificent costume we have gathered.
Oh, of course. Bring the box, Jacques. It is not exactly a Sagebrush Sam suit, but it is the best we could do.
French cavalry boots, a cutaway vest, ski pants, and... Hey, what's this, a 10-gallon beret? Well, it's Sagebrush Sam's last stand. He is surrounded by Jordans, so he might as well go down with his costume on.
Who are the Jordans?
Oh, they're the bad men, Jacques. Their arrows are poison and they aim for your heart.
Oh, but they cannot kill Sagebrush Sam. He will live always.
Yeah, at least for today. Now go away, both of you. Let me change.
Oh, Sam, you look wonderful.
Thanks.
You really look like him. You are him.
Lisette,
Yes.
come here.
Oh, Sam. Sam,
And you were in Hollywood and I never found you.
you better get your fire started.
Okay.
Go on. You have work to do.
Well. Isn't this tender? Complete with campfire, no additional cost.
Nobody invited you, Jordan. Go away and finish up your story.
It is finished. I heard Lisette talk about this little blowout in jail this morning. I couldn't resist dropping around.
Well, at least be decent enough not to mess this up.
Oh, sure. I want this to be perfect. After all, it's your swan song.
Silence, mes enfants. Silence. Now I am happy to present a wonderful American from Hollywood, United States. You all know him, and you know what he represents is what is good and right anywhere. Monsieur Sagebrush Sam.
Hello, kid.
Sam, what is Jordan doing here?
Now, he came to gloat. Thanks, partners, thanks. You know, this first roundup of 1951 is about the most important I've ever had. Sometimes a cowboy, or most anybody at all, gets to thinking mainly about himself. He gets tired of the saddle and forgets that maybe folks are counting on him. And then something happens. You see, this hombre named Sagebrush Sam is really more than me. While I was standing here talking, he's really out somewhere riding the range or wherever you want him to be, no matter what. He'll always be wherever and whatever you want him to be. Well, I don't want to talk any longer. We got some grub here to cook, and I think we could find some mighty good songs to sing. How about it? Okay. How about joining in on this one if you know it, huh? Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope.
Oh, Sam, they loved you.
Thanks.
Look how slowly they go back in, each one taking a final long look. Oh, Monsieur Jordan, would it be any use to ask you once more?
Okay. So I'm as gullible as those screaming kids. A campfire, some tired old songs, and I fall for it. So I feel like a heel.
There is still time. You could stop the story.
Oh, I could, sure, but what can I write about?
Jordan, how about this? Sagebrush Sam marries in Paris before returning to Hollywood. Could you write that up?
Could I? Is it Lisette?
Well, I haven't really asked her yet.
Then please do.
Will you?
Oh, yes. Yes. Mrs. Sam Durand.
Oh, please, just plain Mrs. Sagebrush Sam.
Oh, Sam.
Pardon, monsieur. Are you ready yet? The meter, my taxi. She's getting rusty.
Then oil it up, cabby. It's a long way to Hollywood.
It sure is, partner. Happy New Year!
And so the curtain comes down on this week's Stars Over Hollywood show, Continental Cowboy, starring Vincent Price. Mr. Price will be back in a moment along with news about next week's show. This is Frank Goss taking time off now to express our appreciation for your loyalty this past year. We hope that our program and our Armor products have added to your enjoyment and will continue to make you happier during the coming year. On behalf of the thousands of employees and stockholders who make up Armor and Company and the entire Stars Over Hollywood staff, I'd like to wish you and your family the best and nothing but the best for 1951.
For 1951.
Yes, for 1951 and many years to come. Thank you, Vincent Price, for being with us today.
It's been a pleasure, Frank.
And now for your fine performance, here's our Armor star, Oscar, our best for your best. A generous supply of those wonderful Armor pantry shelf meals and a supply of Dial soap.
Oh, thank you very much. Say, can you tell me who'll be here next week?
Yes, next Saturday, our star will be the lovely member of the pantomime quiz team, Adele Juergens.
Oh, I'll want to hear her. Happy New Year, Frank.
Happy New Year to you, Vincent. Vincent Price will soon be seen in His Kind of Woman, an RKO radio production starring Jane Russell and Robert Mitchum. Today's story on Stars Over Hollywood was written by David Chandler, with special music composed and conducted by Rex Corey. Supporting Mr. Price in today's cast were Lillian Baeff, Ramsey Hill, Diane Abbott, Donald Morrison, and Rolf Sedan. The program was transcribed and directed by Hans Conried.
Dial, that's D-I-A-L, Dial soap. The newest, nicest way to stay free from odor, safe all day.
Millions of people know it's true. You never have to worry about perspiration odor again when you bathe daily with Dial soap. Dial stops odor before it starts. Unlike ordinary soap, Dial contains AT7, removes skin bacteria, chief cause of odor. And Dial smells good. Perfect for clear, clean complexions, too. For the whole family, get D-I-A-L, Dial soap. And now for Armor and Company on the Stars Over Hollywood show, this is Frank Goss reminding you to be sure and listen next Saturday for Adele Juergens. You can also see Stars Over Hollywood on television in many cities on another network. Consult your newspaper for time and station. Stay tuned now for the Tony program, Give and Take, which follows immediately over most of these stations.